Should we talk about the Elefante in the room? Massive news came out yesterday. Release notes for 6/10. New animation for a very, very, very old knife. The Bowie knife, which I believe was first added in 2017? 2016. So this knife came out 8 years and 3 months ago in 2016, February, at the beginning of the year. And now, 8 years later in CS2, we have finally gotten the left hand added to the Bowie knife. I really wasn't expecting this day to ever come. One thing that made the Bowie knife very unique and completely different from every other knife in the game was the fact that it was just one knife. It's a massive knife. It takes up so much of your HUD. It makes sense to leave the left hand out of it. But Alf decided it was time to add the second hand. As it turns out, the left hand looks so much better, in my opinion, on the Bowie knife than the one hand. Double handing, double fisting, dual wielding looks so much better. After the update, this is what it looks like. We have only had one hand for the last 8 years. Now, finally... It is so odd. It's something uncanny about it. It's such a large left hand as well. It feels a lot larger than on other knives. That is very strange. It seems to take up way more of the screen than you would expect. Oh, no, I guess it's exactly the same. In my head, it just feels like the Bowie knife left arm is larger. And I'm not sure why that is. Because the right hand is closer. Yeah. I think it's a perspective thing. Look at how much closer the right hand is. Yeah. Okay, but guys. I'm actually into the left hand. I'm happy that they added this. I think it was very cool that the Bowie was unique. You know, it was the only one with one hand. I'm sure that actually made a lot of people stray towards the Bowie knife so they could be somewhat unique. Or, and this is the main reason I would say, people like the Bowie. Because if you had really bad gloves, or your left hand was super, super scuffed, you would just get the Bowie knife if your right hand was good. If you had a good knuckle on the right hand, if you had a good E on the right hand, if you had a good web on the right hand, then you'd say, screw it, I'm not even going to play with the left hand. This is not even here to me. But now, if you have a bad left hand glove, it's there. And it kind of forces you to get better gloves, to upgrade your float of your gloves, if you're a Bowie knife enjoyer. No one does that? Yes. No. Many people did that. I'm sure a lot of people in chat even did that. This is one of the main reasons why people bought Bowie. And also just because it's, you know, kind of a cool knife. It's basically a katana, a sword. You look like a samurai, all right? You're in the new Assassin's Creed. Press H. Okay. It's already weird with the right hand seeing a... Oh my god, okay. Now, to me, the only unique knives in the game are the shadow daggers, right? Because the Bowie was that unique knife. It was the only one with one hand. And a lot of people like that, right? It was cleaner. You only had to worry about one glove. Blah, 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 blah. Clean pull-out animation as well. It's pretty sick. Now, the only special knife, I would say, are the shadow daggers. Because every other knife has a left hand, and it's one knife. Except for these. These are the only ones that now have two knives. What is that? That have two knives. So, I think people looking for unique knives are now going to be looking more towards shadow daggers, right? If they want to be unique, if they want to be special, boom. Because now they can no longer have the Bowie. It's probably going to be a lot of movement players whipping out the shadow daggers, right? The dual wield knives. But, in my opinion, the only knife that I would want as a dual wield are these right here, though. The shadow daggers are cool, don't get me wrong. I've used them. I've tried them out. They feel pretty good. But these are what we really need in the game. The Shadow Dagger, P4, and Black Pearl. These are the updated Shadow Daggers that we deserve. These are probably what the Shadow Daggers should have been from the beginning, honestly. These are way more usable. Alright? What is this? It looks like Trust Factor is working again. Cheaters are reporting having red trust factor after last night's CS2 update, and it seems like it's also affecting people boosting by cheaters. But also, many legit players got hit. Most of these got yellow trust factor. Seems to be different than in CSGO. People with DMAs, externals have received red trusts, but their playing experience is still very good. All checked blank accounts are deep red, more red than any other. New accounts seem to have a higher rust factor than, spelled wrong, aged and played on ones. This means that the trust factor system has now a lot to do with received reports. Stay safe, because there is a good possibility that some features are flagged currently. Yeah. What is this? Your matchmaking experience may be slightly impacted because the trust factor of Roma is lower than yours. This is one of my mods. My head mod has a low trust factor. That is odd. But many legit players are also getting hit with this trust factor thing. Interesting. Bro, honestly, screw anti-cheat, screw trust factor. This is all we need. Just give us more updates like this. Because at least if we're getting hacked, our skins look good. Make sure to subscribe.